Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a very special edition of our face-to-face program. I finally had a chance to, get home and relax a little bit. This past week has been a very hectic one because with the Christmas activities and the parties and the functions, it took a lot, in trying to put together a program. And one of my producers, Ed Laborde, who travels with me, and hey, good to see you.
Good to see you, Addie.
We decided to do something different. I mean, make it very convenient for the folks that we wanted to talk to. The governor and his wife at Government House. I said I stumbled into that, right? Stumbled up the Government House. Wait till you hear what the governor has to say. And then, of course, we had the opportunity to go to Roosevelt Park, where we met a delegate to Congress.
Yes, that was another stumble in. Incredible who you meet on the streets of St. Thomas.
And then one young lady that I was very impressed with, and I got to tell the story about how we got Mrs. Capterville.
Absolutely.
Okay, Mary sent me out to get some glue. I don't know what kind of glue. Anyway, the fabric store, and I went to get the glue, and I saw Miss Capterville buying this very interesting material, and I said, "What are you going to do with this? For Christmas?" The red, the white, the blue. And she says, "I'm making angels." I said, "You got to be kidding." I said, "For what purpose?" She says, "For the Christmas tree at Mother Perpetual Help Church in Marfaley." And I said, "Really?" I wanted to see that. So, again, good old Ed arranged for us to get up there, and you'll also get a chance to see that this evening. And then, of course, I don't know the latter part of the program, what's going to happen.
Oh yeah, we had something with the lottery and some things that they did.
You remember we talked about the gift basket that the lottery was giving out if you bought a sheet of lottery ticket on the day of the drawing or the day before the drawing. Well, that went very well, and I asked her to go in and meet with Kiva May Douglas, and see exactly how they put this together. And you're going to see that. So it's a compilation of different things that we've done over the past week, and that's why I'm a little bit tired. Okay.
Yeah. Me too.
So as we ring in the new year, and Ed then came to the house. Did Mary introduce you to her Christmas tree?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, she showed me around and introduced us to give us the grand tour. Told us about the different Christmas themes. And
okay.
She told us the truth about you, and so
wow, I wonder what the heck that is.
Whatever that means.
Right, exactly. But anyway, you get a chance to see all of that tonight in this special edition of our face-to-face program.
Yes.
So the way do we start?
Well, I guess we'll start with the governor, and I hope you all enjoy it. We've worked hard at putting this together.
Enjoy. Welcome once again to another edition of our face-to-face program, but this is a special edition. This is New Year's, so I guess we got to say Happy New Year to each and every one of you, and we're delighted to have with us, after a night of fun, I guess last night, we stumbled our way up to Government House, let me put it that way, to say hello to the governor and his wife, Cecile. So Governor, Mrs. DeYoung, a pleasant good evening to you, and Happy New Year, first of all.
Happy New Year, Addie.
Good to see you.
Happy New Year, Addie.
And how was the Christmas holiday just passed?
It was wonderful, nice and quiet.
Yeah?
Yes.
Talking about that, I want to go back, especially with you, because you weren't here in St. Thomas when you grew up. You grew up in St. Croix, right?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
What was Christmas like for you?
Well, what I remember, when I first was there, we were in town. Lived in town. Then my parents bought a house in Tide Village, and Tide Village had, every house had about 5 or 6 kids. So there was a circle down the middle of Tide Village where they would have a Santa Claus, and unbeknownst to all the children, parents would go and buy presents and then go and take it to the Santa Claus. So Christmas Eve, we'd all go to church. We'd come back. The whole neighborhood would go to the circle, and Santa Claus would be there in a big sled and would start calling out your name, so we'd get a gift. So that's sort of tradition with my family, where Christmas Eve, with our family, we open up one present on Christmas Eve.
Really?
Yes. Just one. You get to pick one.
Just one gift?
Usually whatever's in your stocking.
And she's been doing that for as long as we've been married. She puts the stockings out, but only allows us to open up the one gift, and then that's it. But before, I want you, I think we should say, because people know that in Government House we're on the second floor. Now, you stumbled up. I did offer you the elevator, but you did not want to come in the elevator. So just want you to be aware that I don't want anyone to think the elevator in Government House doesn't work. But you decided to show that you were okay.
Government House is ADA compliant.
That's right. We're ADA compliant. So that's very important that we say that.
These guys should have followed me up up the stairs. That was a case that I have. But and of course that was your childhood. Did you had Christmas trees or pinkberry trees or what?
No, we
had a real Christmas tree.
Real big, usually about a 10-foot Christmas tree.
And then for toys, what would you ask Santa Claus for?
Usually
basically
Barbie dolls.
Really?
Yeah, lots of dolls, bikes. The whole neighborhood had bikes, so you weren't anything unless you had a bike. Those were the days when Christmas Day, everybody would get on their new bikes and you go biking, and of course, you didn't have cell phones or anything, so you could be gone, all day.
Yeah.
That was okay as long as you were home for dinner, before it got dark. But that and skateboards.
Skateboarding.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you see, she could ask for bikes over there, because Tide Village is right there by Pearl B. Larson.
Right.
It's all
Pretty
flat.
Flatland.
So there's no hills they have to go up like in St. Thomas. So.
Totally different situation here
Completely
in St.
different.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Governor, you, of course, out of Savannah, when you were growing up, what was Christmas like for you?
I had Savannah, I had First Street. Not to say St. Thomas, but we were on First Street. So First Street
in Sugar State?
yeah. Even before it was paved. So that's how far back. And then afterwards, far out in Smith Bay in Friedenhoy, up by Tau Club.
Yeah.
Where the Tau Club is. So we used to go down by Tau Club sometimes, but primarily Savannah, up by my grandmother's house.
Yeah.
All of us used to get there, the Woods family, the Young family.
Mm-hmm.
Every once in a while, we used to go in the back and take some of my grandfather's bottle openers and open it up in the wall. So it used to try to do as much mischievous stuff as always possible. But I always remember that, later on in life, my parents got divorced, so I spent some time in Detroit. Now that was very different, which was interesting. Cold.
Absolutely.
Way too cold. So, the next one I always came back home to make sure I came back down here. But always about my two brothers, Stanley and Sydney, and who are younger than I. But I always remember that we always used to open up their gifts first, and then mine. And like Cecilia was a bike, because they remember First Street, then you had the 10 streets of Sugar Estate.
Right.
So you could go all over the entire place. It was great.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
And then now, as parents, how did you deal with? How did you deal with your children?
Well, our tradition is we could never quite make it to midnight mass, so we go to 6 o'clock or 6:30 mass.
Yeah.
Come home and when we decorate the tree, we try and do that 2 weeks before Christmas, and have ham, sweet bread, eggnog when we decorate the tree, and Christmas Eve we bake cookies for Santa Claus, put the milk out, we open up our one present, and the kids would go to sleep. That's when they're expecting Santa Claus, and we would get up and put out other gifts that Santa Claus didn't bring, and then get up Christmas morning, and usually, as most children do, our kids would get up probably about 5 or 5:30, ready to go. Yeah, to see what Santa brought.
But you see, what I found the most difficult, and she won't admit it, is when I used to get my toys, they were already assembled. So I believed there was a Santa Claus. When I became a parent, I realized there's no Santa Claus.
There is a Santa Claus.
You have to assemble it yourself. And it is difficult to go to a Christmas party, come home, at 2 o'clock, I have to assemble that thing between 2 o'clock and 4:30 because they're getting up at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
So
Well, those are for the gifts that Santa didn't bring.
Right. Well, that's true. But I never. The one year I didn't understand why when I put the training wheels on the bike it came off. So,
you didn't put the nuts on the
yeah, the nuts weren't right. So but
yeah. And now in the official.
Those are years that
Yeah.
You can't get back, you know, when you have your
Right.
children and they're small and you go
Right.
through that sort of tradition, whether it's just your family or extended family.
Right.
And all our children now are much older. I mean,
Sure.
our oldest is 16,
Our youngest is.
our youngest is 16, and driving. So, you know, he's pushing us away. But I
Absolutely.
remember when he was 2 and 3 and, you know,
Yeah.
and those are very special years.
Yeah. And now, as Governor and First Lady, the responsibilities you have with, I guess, entertaining and
Yeah.
various functions, what's that like?
Well, we've actually been pretty blessed that, you know, right at Christmas Day, you know, New Year's, Christmas Day is basically about family, and I think that, you know, in the Virgin Islands, people understand that everybody is with their family. You know, we try and, you know, we usually, you know, for Thanksgiving do a lot of things for the homeless, cooking for the homeless,
Right.
and you know, for Christmas, it is about family. Our tradition had always been, you know, when both my parents were alive, that we would do Christmas here on St. Thomas and fly to St. Croix Christmas second day and have Christmas all over again. So the you know, our kids, we would do DeYoung, you know, at the governor's uncle's house,
Right.
where we would exchange gifts. So we'd have a DeYoung Christmas on Christmas Day and a Gala Bear Christmas on Christmas second day.
Oh, and that's when you go to the races and stuff in St. Croix?
Well, here we go. I'm not going to sit here and say I ever went to the
See, I was
races,
trying to get it to come this year. You exposed my gift already.
Oh, is that it? Oh, yeah.
But you know, it's I always find, and especially since it starts like just after Thanksgiving. You know, there's a sort of change in the air. I mean,
Right,
I'm not sure what it
absolutely.
is,
It's true.
but you know, everything sort of goes out. You know, any disagreements you have, and people really begin to get in that
together.
festive mood. And
Yeah.
I think from the time, like we used to do with Salvation Army.
Yeah.
No, you were in the kitchen cutting. I was the one out there serving.
Serving, yeah, no, man.
But you know, with that, it starts from there. I think where people's attitudes really begin to change in helping people, and then to Christmas Day, and then Christmas second day. You know, you go to the races. You're with
Sure.
family, but that really, I think, really sets the stage in many respects. I think for us. During that entire time, you know, we have our Christmas parties for children.
Sure.
And we put a lot of effort into that because we try to focus and make sure that the youngest in our community feel very special. And at the same time that the parents and whoever takes care of them realize that we also enjoy the fact that they're bringing their children out. And we make sure that, and we started out giving gifts, now we give books. And that was a transition in and of itself. But now we're getting to the point where even the parents come up to us. And I think they appreciate it in some sense, not just for the giving of the books, but also just for the camaraderie that you
Right.
have
And the whole experience.
And the whole experience. And we make sure we do it at St. Thomas, St. Croix,
Croix,
St.
and
John.
St. John.
And then just before the races just before the parade, children's parade in St. Croix, we always go to Queen Louise.
Queen Louise, yeah.
And that again, you know, and I think that's a part. One, we enjoy going, and it's always been a tradition, but we enjoy going because those are children that don't have the mobility, in some cases may not even be able to understand the period of the time, but also we go because of the adults and the people who take care of them throughout the year to show our appreciation for what they do. So it really is a very special, very special time.
No questions about that. One of the things, and I did tell the First Lady that when you appeared on the last show we did, that I really got to commend both of you on this reading program. That, I think, has set a level of interest in kids and parents, but reading and the importance of it.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to go a long way.
Well,
That's
yeah,
part from the
it was important to us
administration.
to make sure that we, we've had, I think 6 books or 7 books
Seven,
out now,
yeah.
and that's something that we're very proud of, that we're able to give to the children of the Virgin Islands, but also important during the holiday parties that we host, for them to meet the authors who are all local.
Yeah, very, very interesting.
But as I look back on 7 years and I think about what's the various things I've enjoyed. Now, there are a lot of things I've enjoyed about the job, but
Sure.
one of the most rewarding is when you're going through the park, and they've gone to see Santa, they got their ice cream, they got their hamburger or hot dog, or they got their iPad gift, or whatever they may have got.
Yeah.
And then you're walking, they don't say Governor DeYoung, they don't say John, they say DeYoung. And they'll call me over and say, sign here by the author. And that's great. You know, that's, you know, first of all, that they said the young. They said it right. They said the young, said the young, so they pronounced it properly.
Yeah.
And you begin to see the same children that, you know, during the year, Cecile does it, you know, she goes to schools and reads, and I may go by on occasion. Come think, they don't ask me to come and read, and I never know why, but I go by and I visit, and there's a recognition. And I think if we can break down those barriers between young children and the politicians in our community and others so they feel comfortable, then we've made some good strides. We really
Absolutely. Well, you both have. There's no questions about that.
Thank you.
On this New Year's Day, you know, as we look towards 2014, what's down the road for us?
I think there's still a lot of changes we have to make. I think we still need to encourage our parents to be involved with our children, to come out to events. We still need to encourage our children to be involved in the academics and recognize the focus. But I think that I'm very optimistic. And that's not because I don't want to project what's bad in our community. I see the good in our community. I see the glass as being full. I see us as not emptying the glass but pouring into the glass. And I really do believe that. And I think we'll begin to see that. And I think, quite frankly, there's always a very special year when it's an election year. You know, and I think as an election year now in 2014, I think you see a lot of optimism. And I hope that optimism translates where people feel good about what's taking place.
Thanks for taking time out with us, and really appreciate what you've done so far for the territory, and wish you good luck for the new year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Same
Happy
to you
New
and your
Year again.
family.
And of course, you know, Christmas was really a lot of fun. And here we are, you know, going into a brand new year. Donna, it's good to see you, and season's greetings to you and the family.
Many happy returns to you and yours, and it's a wonderful time of year.
Welcome to paradise. You know, what a difference this is from Washington.
Yes, yes, yes. I was talking to someone in Washington today, and I'm saying, well, I hope your day is at least as clear as mine, because I was standing up at a Port Authority conference when I could see vehicles.
Ah, beautiful. Another day in paradise. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Very good. What I'm, you know, we're going into a brand new year, and we just finished with the Christmas celebrations and what have you. I just want to know basically what was Christmas like for you growing up in the Virgin Islands, and now that you're a delegate to Congress, must be a totally different ballgame.
Well, it is a little different, but you know, I think I had a wonderful childhood growing up in St. Croix. We lived in Christiansted, and right outside of Christiansted as well. And things that I remember going to Moravian Church for the Christmas Eve service with my great-grandmother. And I used to like to do that because we used to get candy at the end of the thing. Yes. And then, of course, all the family gatherings, but some of the special things, you know, the Hispanic population, Puerto Rican population in St. Croix used to do something in the 4-day morning where they would sing Christmas carols in Spanish and then go to Mass. They call them aguinaldos. And so I would jump in the back of the truck and go with them singing in the morning when they passed my house. Yeah. And then Daddy would pick me up afterwards. And I always enjoyed doing that. I liked singing in Spanish even if I didn't understand what I was saying. And of course there were the parades, and most times Christmas Eve night, my father and his other gentlemen at Jones, they'd be out all over the place, you know, having man fun. And, you know, drinking and having a good time. But in the mornings, I know my mother and I we'd go from house to house. Sometimes we'd catch up with them, sometimes they were already there, but Miss Hodge, Enid and Rex Hodge, Derek and Winston's parents, we'd go to their house, or Keith Fobb's house, Keith Adiva, another good close friend of my father and mother's. But we visit different families in the morning and then go home and get ready for our big dinner.
Wow, that's very good. Now, you became a mom and you had kids, and you know, what was it like Christmas time for you all?
Well, you know, Christmas is really all about children.
Yeah.
But my children used to get a little upset with me because for many years we had inkberry trees. I insisted on having the traditional Christmas tree, and they put up with it until they got a little older. But I think one of the Christmases that they really were upset with me, but it turned out okay in the end. It was right after Hurricane Hugo, and I don't even remember if we had Christmas trees in St. Croix that year. But we were driving around Cane Bay area, the Valley area, and I saw this piece of driftwood that had come up on the shore, and I said, wow, that might make a nice Christmas tree. And they were like, Mommy, no, I don't think so. Please don't get it. I went, picked it up, put it in the trunk of the car. Of course, I couldn't close the trunk of the car. So it was hanging out. I said, well, let's go by Plaza and get some decoration. Pulling into Plaza, Mommy, please, you're going to embarrass us. Please, Mommy, don't take us in there. If anybody sees this thing in the trunk of the car, we're going to be so embarrassed. But you know, we sprayed it with white paint and we put decorations on it. It was a nice little Christmas tree.
How about that? Unbelievable.
But eventually they said, Mommy, can we just please have a real Christmas tree, a real Christmas tree?
I tell you.
And so we did.
Well, now you're delegate to Congress and you're busy, just like how I bump into you here in Roosevelt Park here on St. Thomas, going from one meeting to the other.
Yes.
What is it like, I mean, really, Christmas, New Year's, and the holidays? How much time do you have really for yourself?
Well, you know, I think Christmas time is one time, especially as you get closer to Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, and right afterwards, a time that I really take for myself and my family.
Yeah.
But, and luckily this year we're out a little earlier from Congress than we had been in the past. Many times we went a little too close to Christmas for me. But we got out in a pretty good time. And so I'm home working right now, but next week, you know, we'll start. My grandchildren come in on Saturday. They came in, and so they'll be here with me, and we'll do some family time. Things that I used to do then that I do now. Christmas second day races. My father, you know, was a big race horseman.
Absolutely.
So Christmas second day races is a big thing. It was for me as a child, although then we just ran around and played. We didn't pay attention to the races very much. Now I pay attention to the races. But so I'm looking forward to Christmas second day races. Parade. When I was a little girl, my mom would make my costumes, and I'd be in the children's parade. I guess it was a children's
parade, yeah.
And now I'm in the adult parade, so I'll be in the Gentleman of Jones troupe this year.
That's your father's troupe. They are so funny. They sent me a Christmas album.
Oh yeah.
They're a hilarious group. I mean,
yeah,
still going
really
strong.
Fun.
You know,
they're really fun group to hang out with, and the way they're working on, the way they do their floats. Their floats are out
every year.
They are fabulous, and this year will be an Egyptian theme, and so you can look forward to a really fantastic float again. So we're gonna have a good time. So those are things that didn't change. We parade then, races then, and we're still doing it, and those are the things I really enjoy.
That's really great. And of course, one I must mention, the Gentlemen of Jones, they're also responsible for the lighting in Christiansted.
They do the lighting, and we participated in a jump up around Thanksgiving this year as well, and they sing carols the night of the boat parade. But that's only the men. They don't have us joining with them. You know, so, and this year for Christmas, something different happened. Not quite the aguinaldos that we used to do when I was a child, but the Hispanic Democratic Club had what they call a parranda, where they dressed up a truck and they were playing Christmas music in Spanish, and we went through the neighborhoods in St. Croix. That was fun, and of course we have Stanley's Serenade, and on January 6th, another one of my very favorite things is Cajun weekend breakfast.
We're
So
gonna
I
have
hope
that.
you're coming over for
Definitely, we'll be there for that with
yes,
Mills.
that's my very favorite, one of my very favorite things at Christmas, in the Christmas season, yeah.
Very good. Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of this day. Kind of noisy here in Roosevelt Park, you know what I mean?
Yes,
But
well, that's what happens when you're outdoors. It's all good sounds, though. I'm home and the sun is shining, and I'm really, I don't mind it at all.
Very
but
good.
I hope you enjoy it, you and your family enjoy the rest of the season as well, and all the best for what we hope and plan and will work towards being a really great 2014.
absolutely. Good. Thank you very much.
Thank
Donna.
you.
Good seeing
It's
you.
nice seeing you today.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, for the 42nd time, we have a little something that is about to happen here right now. Let it come. This is Babina. The microphone is
Believe us walking the narrow way, for your sins are taken away. Praise the Lord, we have Christmas Day. Praise the Lord.
and here they come, ladies and gentlemen.
Believe us walk in the narrow way. Believe us walk in the narrow way. Believe us walk in the narrow way, for your sins are taken away. Praise the Lord, we have Christmas Day. Praise the Lord. Oh, believe us walk in the narrow way.
Fresh from Catola.
Believe us walk in the narrow way, for your sins are taken away. Praise the Lord, we have Christmas Day. Praise the Lord. Oh, believe us walk in the narrow way. Believe us walk in the narrow way. Believe us walk in the narrow way, for your sins are taken away. Praise the Lord, we have Christmas Day. Praise the Lord. Believe us walk in the narrow way. Believe us walk in the narrow way. Believe us walk in the narrow way, for your sins are taken away. Praise the Lord, we have Christmas Day. Praise the Lord.
Good thing, good thing, good thing. Kwabina, I got 2 words for you. Welcome. And a space.
God the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Joyful all ye nations rise, join the triumph of the skies. With angelic hosts proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Of the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Roll, Jordan, roll, roll, Jordan, roll. I want to go to heaven when I die. Hey, Jordan, roll, Jordan, roll, Jordan, roll, roll, Jordan, roll. I want to go to heaven when I die. Hey, Jordan, roll, roll, Jordan, roll, roll, Jordan, roll. I want to go to heaven when I die. Hey, Jordan, roll.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Voices of love, wanna wish everybody a Merry, Merry Christmas a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Is our 42nd Christmas party. Good thing, and I think I seen the same faces when they were young. I ain't gonna say nothing else after that. But welcome and thank you for being here and enjoy yourself. Good thing you're being entertained by Milo's Kings, and they're all sober this morning, so everything is fine. Good thing.
Christmas coming, Christmas coming, Christmas coming, bring New Year's morning. Mama, make your Johnny Cake, Christmas coming. Mama, make your Johnny Cake, Christmas coming. You want to be merry, drink Guava berry. You get in the jitters, drink cushion bitters. Go.
The lady give me some, what is that, veggie tart?
Coconut tart with no egg.
No egg. I ain't gonna go to the security. Give me coconut tart, but oh, it's so crowded. He said, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna give it to Ali to security. I said, to who? Not to Ali, you crazy? I will hear about them, but I ain't gonna see them. Ali, I have to tell the truth.
of course, now we're at WSTA Radio, of course, having a great time with our annual Christmas party. I think it's year number 37, if I'm not mistaken, and we're delighted to have with us the Lieutenant Governor of the Virgin Islands. We call him LT. The one and only Greg Francis. Greg, good to see you.
Good,
and season greetings to you.
My season greetings to all and for WSCA for what you are doing for the community. To see from this morning was a great time. People were so happy and pleasant, and just the good camaraderie was great. I made a mistake. I need to make a correction. Like I said, this is my 7th year. I've been with Addie since I was the administrator. So this is so far back. So it did not amount to 37 years, but it's about 13 or something.
It's getting
31 backwards.
Hey, there you go. Very good. Listen, while I have you, I want to chat with you a little bit about this Christmas holiday season, and I know we're into a new year now. What was it like for you growing up in St. Croix as a kid first?
Okay.
What was it like for you?
During the Christmas holidays?
Yeah, Christmas holidays.
Well, during the Christmas holidays at the time, we used to make our own toys, like the scooter, the jumping jacks, the trucks. You have these different trucks now, S trucks. But that was our challenge in those days, in terms of making our own toys. But in those days of growing up as a child, the family were more close-knitted. Your aunts, your uncles, your sisters, your brothers, everybody used to get together as a family. But what's happening now, I think, is more scattered and separated. But there was a lot of love. We weren't rich with money, but in terms of richness, it was richness of the family love and sharing.
That's very good. What kind of Christmas tree you had?
I don't know the name of it, but we used to go
the
for
one with the prickle?
Yeah, the local Christmas tree.
What did they call it?
I forget the name of it.
Inkberry.
The Inkberry tree. You had one of those too?
Yeah, we had that one of those days. But the thing is, it was nice. The toys used to be under the Christmas tree, but you had to be very careful because of the little prickles and stuff. So our parents used to put it way in the back. Yeah. So you had to wait until Christmas morning to actually open the gift.
And then when you moved to the phase of being a parent,
well,
what did you do for the kids?
Well, what we did, we instilled the values that was taught to us in terms of sharing and giving, and to respect each other. It was not just for themselves alone in terms of receiving gifts. We taught our children to share, to do the reverse. And when we talk about Christmas meals, in those days, when you go to school, sometimes you used to be a little ashamed to say what you had for Christmas, because it was hard times. Really? People used to be talking about ham and turkey. Sometimes we get corned beef and whatever. But again, it was about the love. It was not about the meal on the table. As a matter of fact, day before yesterday, we presented a turkey to our family. The lady called us and said she would like to have a turkey for her 2 sons. And we did that. And that's all she asked for. She didn't ask for anything else. She said she would just love to have a turkey for her children at Christmas Day.
Oh, good.
But I could tell you nowadays, it wasn't easy. In terms of, we have a lot of people that abuse what we have now in terms of not sharing. But I could tell you, I grew up in a humble beginning, and I appreciate what my mom did for us. And it was not always luxury toys. Like I said, we used to make our own toys because in those days, things were hard. So I really appreciated the meaning of our Christmas and what's for sharing.
I notice you also advocate that, as Lieutenant Governor now that you're in public office. What has it been for the past 7 years, 8 years?
Well, it has been very exciting, and I think one of the greatest, one of the hardest transitions for me, like I had 2 individuals who were involved in politics for many years. They said I will never be a good politician. And I said, why? They said, well, to be a good politician, you have to learn how to tell people what they want to hear. And I said, what's wrong with telling the truth? And I think that has been my focus all the time. Whether you like me or hate me, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not going to promise you something that I know it cannot be done. I'm going to tell you up front, it cannot happen.
And that I agree with you 100% on that. But here we are, 2014. What's your forecast for this year?
Well, my forecast for this year is going to be, we're moving upward. I think we're at the bottom of, what they call the bottom of the pits right now, but we're going to recover. As good Caribbean people, we have that resiliency in terms of doing good things. And we're going to bounce back. But I'd like to say to the community also, we had a training workshop yesterday with my folks, the Lieutenant Governor's office. And one of my wish for the new year is we have individuals know each other for many years. And we have individuals not speaking to each other because of something might have happened many years ago. you might have said something that offended me, and I stopped talking to you for many years. But my wish is to bring back peace to the community. And if you have offended someone, or someone have offended you, it makes no difference who actually created the problem.
Right.
I'm asking everyone to reach out to that person or those individuals, make a phone call, and meet them personally and say, look, I'm sorry for what I have said or what I've done, and let's move forward as a community. Because of adults, we have to teach our children the right way from doing things. And as long as we have love amongst each other, because children look at us and they say, okay, it's okay because my parents are doing this. I'm not speaking to Miss Mary next door because something happened 31 years ago.
Yeah.
They were not invited to Addie or WST party, and they take it personal. But my wish, Addie, it's not about me, it's not about my family. I would like for individuals to get together and say, look, I'm sorry, and let's move forward to make these Virgin Islands a better place.
And with that, we certainly would become a very, very, very enjoyable, place to live. And to be the real paradise that we say we are. No questions about that. But it's good seeing you.
Good, man.
Had a great time here at the party, and look forward to a great year.
And then we down in the Emancipation Garden tomorrow. I think it's 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a whole lot of stuff
I'll be down
going
there
on.
tomorrow.
Very good.
This is a time to make friendship with your folks. People I haven't seen for many years.
Yeah.
And it was nice today. That's why I love coming here to WSTA Christmas Eve morning.
Absolutely. And there's a beautiful Christmas tree down there. Talk about Christmas trees. Take a look at this. Continuing our travel around the islands, looking for beautiful Christmas trees and beautiful things this holiday season, I bumped into a young lady that's very familiar to all of us here in St. Thomas. She, of course, is associated with Kidscope. Delsa Capdeville. Delsa, season's greetings to you.
Many happy returns to you, Addie. It's good to see you.
And listen, you know when I saw her? In a fabric store. Why was I interested in having her on tonight's program? Because I saw her picking up some materials that just fascinated me. I said, what are you going to do with this? She says, I'm going to make angels for the Christmas tree at Marfley. I said, well, you've got to show our viewers exactly how that's done and why. What is the history of this?
Well, as you know, Addie, I'm the director of Kidscope, which is a child advocacy center. And for about 10 years now, Our Lady of Perpetual Help Church, the parishioners here give presents to the children at Kidscope. And the deal is this. The children at Kidscope and myself, we make angels, various kinds, various colors, and we bring it up here and we put it on the tree. And on the back of the angel is whether it's a girl or boy and an age. And the parishioners take it home and go and buy a gift, and they bring it back and put it under the tree. And then the week of Christmas, we come, the staff, we come and we get the gifts and take them to Kidscope, and that we distribute them to the children.
Isn't that interesting? I was interested in the angels.
The angels,
and if you take a look at the Christmas tree, the angels all over it. Not bulbs, no bubble lights, no, just angels. And I think it's fascinating. And here at the Mother Perpetual Help Church, it's fascinating to see how how it's all done. So just go over by the tree. You believe? I know you believe in angels, absolutely, and you're absolutely correct.
Angels have kept me going for many, many, many years.
Right.
And in doing this tree here, and picking something that the children would like and the parishioners would like, angels was the theme we came up with. And this year, it was really very simple. I took red and white tulle, and I put it on top of each other so I would have a handkerchief bottom. And this is a chunk of cotton in there. And then I took and made a wing, and I put, creatively, I put a lot of glue on it, and then I added, I want to say tinsel, but what do you call this? Glitter, thank you. And then we added some tinsel and made the angels. And as I said, on the back, we have a circle, and this one says G5, and that means girl age 5.
Really?
And if you see at the bottom, parishioners have already started bringing their gifts in to go on the tree, and many children will be happy because of the parishioners of this church. And all the priests here have continued it, have helped us, have worked with it. As I said, the church people are wonderful. I come up and I talk a little bit about our concept and what we've done in the years we've done it. And people come and bring gifts, and the angels are here. They go home for a while. Some people keep them and put it on their tree. Other people bring it back with the gift. But the angels are always surrounding us. Kidscope is full of angels.
Right, absolutely.
Since we opened up, people have brought angels for the last 17 years.
That's what I wanted to share, with our audience, because something as simple as this, and I'm telling you, there was a fabric store?
It was a fabric store.
Where she's buying all this material. I said, what are you doing with this? She says, I'm making angels. I said, I can't believe this. So I wanted to see the end product to share, with our viewers. So this is it. A Christmas tree of angels. No lights, no bubble lights and bells and whistles. Angels. So it's the angel tree here at Marfali Church.
And as many angels as we see here is as many as the blessings that will flow and overflow.
Absolutely. Well, I want to thank you, for your contribution again, continually giving, to our community and taking care, especially of the young people. We really appreciate. Okay?
Yes. This is my 49th year of doing work in the territory. I started at 15, and I'm not going to tell you how old I am now, but 60-ish. But I've enjoyed every minute of it.
Well, there's joy in giving, and I think you portray that
this is the
very
season
well.
of giving.
Exactly, that's what it is.
So
season's greetings to one and all from all of us here at WTJX.
Christmas coming, Christmas coming, Christmas coming, bring New Year's morning. Mama, make your jolly cake, Christmas coming. Mama, make your jolly cake, Christmas coming. You want to be merry, drink guava berry. You get in the jitters, drink cushion bitters. Oh,
Virgin Islands Lottery. As you can see, we've turned our conference room into Santa's workshop. We have our employees here with us this morning: Carlene, Juliet, Laverne, Miss Blash, Marilyn, Claudia, Nisha Foy, and all of the others, Miss Winifred, Miss Vincent. And what we're doing here today is that we're preparing 500 gift baskets that we're going to be giving to our customers on Wednesday morning, which is the day before the drawing, which is going to be carried live by WSTA. And we're having such a wonderful time doing this. So what you can see from our production here, Ed, is that we've got these beautiful wicker baskets, and so we're filling them with gourmet items, our customized VI Lottery champagne flute glasses. We've got apple cider, and we've got this lovely Christmas ball that we customize just for our customers. And once you take it out, there's a switch on there. You're going to pull the tap and it actually lights up inside. So It's a wonderful time for the VR Lottery. As you know, it's our $500,000 drawing. And so we want everyone to come out and enjoy what we've done, especially for them. Purchase your full sheet of tickets and you'll receive a lovely gift basket from us. We've been working on this since last night, and hopefully we'll have all 500 done for Wednesday morning. The other 300 that's taking place in St. Croix. And as you see, it's a lot of work, but we're going to get it done.
Why, hello there. Please come in. Welcome to the Ottley household. So at least you can see how we spend our Christmas. And I guess he just wanted to let the people of the Virgin Islands know that he too have a life. I told him, you know, this might be our last Christmas here for a while, because I am so determined to get back to North Carolina. And of course, that's not him. So he'll have to commute back and forth. So he said next year, he's gonna do the Christmas tree. He will think of a theme, and that's great. So this year, I guess, might be my final year to think of a theme for him. And this year, we're doing love. Love for one another, love for our children and our families. And I just wanted to do a cup of love. And this is what my tree I want to depict a cup of love. And if we could just give a cup of love and a message for any individual, this is what I was trying to do. So hopefully, you see we only have 2 stockings. I'm waiting to see what mine is going to be filled up with. I know I don't have to put very much in Addie's stockings, okay? But anyhow, this is what we're doing, and I decided, well, let me do the color yellow and green. So this time we'll have sunflowers bursting all over the place, here and here. We have them all over, and it's just some vibrant so that everybody will, you know, you get that taste of really a Caribbean Christmas. Because each year, you know, it's been pretty hard when you're doing a Caribbean Christmas. It seems as if you could do more snow than anything else. But I had to settle down. He's like, Mary, there's no snow in the Virgin Isles. We don't have that, so you can't do that kind of tree. And I said, yeah, so we've done from the time with the divvy tree. Oh my gracious, that was a disaster, you know, because the kids would pass by and they said, oh Christmas tree, how few are your branches? You know, it was just unbelievable, you know. But anyway, it was a lot of fun. So I went yellow and green all the way. And then we went into the porch. So here, I went out here with my yellow and all the colors so we could get a picture of the golf course. And just a wonderful time that you get a chance to really express yourself this time of year. And then it will go on throughout the year. So we don't really need to have a red that I got to change, so I can just keep the yellow going. That's all. So actually it's like sunshine all together. But anyway, it's nice and breezy today, so we won't have a problem with anything like that. And we, at our household, let's go into the kitchen here. So I took that on through the with the green, and it looks like pistachio, to tell you the truth, on my centerpiece, and I just used my leaves as a charger. So this way you just go straight through. And usually I don't have on any more than 8 people, but if we do have more than that, you can sit any place that space is available, in the living room, it doesn't matter. But we here at our household really want to wish everyone in the Virgin Islands a very, very happy Christmas and a most prosperous New Year.
Big B. Listen, that's our show for tonight. Yeah. And it's different. It was different from a regular face-to-face program in the studio. But we certainly hope you enjoyed it. And if you think that's a format that we could work with, just let us know how you liked it.
Yeah.
It's more work for you, buddy. I'll tell you that for sure.
Hey, more work is good work. Right?
Very good. But for all of us here at WTJX and from our household, Mary and our entire family and our kids and grandkids, we wish all of you a very happy and prosperous New Year 2014. See you next week for another edition of our face-to-face program.